Good morning. Before calling the meeting to order, a couple of housekeeping announcements. If you have a cell phone, please turn it off. And if you're out here and wish to address the trustees, if you would go outside to the hall and fill out a slip and turn it in at the correct time during the proceedings, we'll call upon you and hear your comments. That being said, let's call to order the meeting of the January 24th, 2019 Airport Trust. First item on our agenda is the approving of the minutes of the December 20th, 2018 Oklahoma City Airport Trust. What's the desire of the trustees?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and before we go further, let's acknowledge our new city manager who's here for his first Airport Trust meeting. Greg, thank you for coming, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Would you like to make an inaugural speech?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here and be a part of this, and I know I have a lot to learn and understand, so.
We want to welcome you to the city's best department.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Please cast your votes. And it is approved. Next up, the director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. And yes, we have a great department. I'm going to make a couple of comments this morning that will be evident of that. I just want to remind everyone, it's been in the press somewhat, but we had a record calendar year for 2018 on passengers traveling through Will Rogers World Airport. Over 3 million passengers traveled through calendar year 2018, surpassing calendar year's record of 2017 by 10.5%, or a little over 415,000 passengers. So just a great year, and we look forward to continuing that process. 6 out of the 12 months of 2018, we actually had double-digit increases over the same month of the previous year. The second comment I have is related to the holiday block leave that happened on January the 3rd and 4th with the troops that were returning from leave going back to Fort Sill. As you know, January 3rd had a tremendous snowstorm in the entire state of Oklahoma, particularly southwest Oklahoma was hit very hard. So when the troops came in on January the 3rd, they were not able to get the buses up here from Fort Sill to transport them home. So we had over 700 troops that were bedding down that night, and there was an outpouring of support. And I just want to talk about a few people and give them some credit for really stepping up. The Velezquez family, on the night of January 3rd, they provided 40 pizzas. They just came on their own volition in person and provided some food for the troops. The Howard family, which is the owners of the Central Oklahoma Buffalo Wild Wings, heard about it on the news, and they jumped into action calling all of their stores. So the Howard family and their general managers, Taylor Hanley from the I-44 store and Jason Johnson from the I-40 store, they all mobilized to provide over 6,000 wings with full catering setup the evening of the 3rd. And then from Principal Financial, Bob Markle and his wife Susie and daughter Jennifer Coleman were instrumental in getting the assistance through the McDonald's store up on Memorial. They went through all of their franchises to provide over 800 breakfast meals on the morning of January the 4th. And I also want to thank the McDonald's regional manager, Sherry Lopez. The Military YMCA Welcome Center at Will Rogers really stepped up. Troy and his team of volunteers worked day in and day out to make the troops comfortable at Will Rogers when they're traveling in and out. Troy personally stayed throughout the January 3rd and 4th to serve all the food, provide snacks, help with logistics at the airport. And he worked a lot through the entire time with Josh Ryan on my staff, who I'll talk about in a moment. Carol Farmer, Randy Jones, they are always coordinating the holiday block leave every year with Josh and also Karen Carney, and they were helping. Randy stayed there January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and spent just the whole 3 days there helping out. Numerous other anonymous private donors throughout the night on Thursday night and Friday morning, making sure that we had enough food for the troops, so it really made their stay much more comfortable. And the remainder of the food that wasn't eaten, it was donated to the rescue mission. Also, Mayor Holt also participated. He and I were talking the night of January 3rd, and he worked with also Mr. Kevin O'Fell, who's the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army, and they worked together to get Krispy Kreme donuts also for the morning of the 4th. So everybody had plenty to eat, for sure. So I want to thank Josh especially. Josh showed up on the morning of the 3rd at 6 a.m. and didn't go home until the 4th, sometime around noon or 1 o'clock. So he did an absolutely fantastic job. Josh is here. Thank you, Josh, for your support and your coordination with YMCA Welcome Center, holiday block leave, and everything else that you do to help us at the airport. The last comment I want to make is just related to the government shutdown. As you know, the TSA has seen wait times that have been increased during the government shutdown at a lot of the larger airports. Some of the airports across the nation are seeing up to 88 minutes of extended wait times in standard lanes and up to 30 minutes extended wait times in pre-check lanes. And although there's been this sharp increase over the nation, I will tell you at Oklahoma City, our TSA officers have stayed committed to the mission and securing the flying public. So basically here at Will Rogers, we have not had any increase in call-out times other than what is normal year in and year out. It's absolutely amazing. We believe really that this is due to the extraordinary partnership and coordination with the airport, our airline community, and all the employees here at TSA that just really they strive to carry out their mission in the most professional way. You can imagine having to work and almost now tomorrow missing your second paycheck, and I guess if you were in an office or a cubicle and that was happening, that'd be one thing, but these TSA officers are meeting the public day in and day out, and they're meeting the public person by person with a smile, and I've seen it. They have a great attitude, and they're just to be commended. A lot of people have been helping out, providing meals. The airlines have stepped up, some of them on multiple occasions, providing food because it's a 24-hour operation almost with TSA. There's actually 2 lunches. The airports department is going to be serving breakfast for TSA tomorrow, as well as our staff is getting together a potluck for tomorrow afternoon for their afternoon lunch. Upward Transitions, which as you know, handles Traveler's Aid, which has been at the airport and supported the airport for decades. It's been giving away $20 gas cards. And of course, Upward Transitions has a lot of other resources available for people that need it. And then I want to call out the Regional Food Bank that had a food pantry, not just for the TSA and air traffic controllers, but also all federal employees. Just so many people have just been, and we're still getting an outpouring of support that maybe I can report to you on next month. And I don't want to forget the air traffic controllers who are doing an absolutely outstanding job too. They're not getting paid either. So we hope that this ends soon for everybody, but I just want to commend our local government employees who are just doing an outstanding job. Those are my comments. Thank you for the extended time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Director. Anybody have any comments they'd like to make at this point? Seeing none, let's take Will Rogers World Airport, sir.
Item A is to accept the final acceptance of the project for the demolition of the former rental car service centers with Midwest Wrecking. Item B is also accepting the final acceptance for the project for the registry building slab repair project at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center with ResTech Incorporated. C is also accepting the final project work on the parking access and revenue control system with Ski Data Incorporated. Item D is approve amendment number 1 to the Cohen Group Engineering. They're doing the design for the Terminal Drive Access Road Rehabilitation Project. Increase of their contract, $358,800. Item E is approving change order 1 to the contract with Wynn Construction Company for the Hangar 1 air handling unit replacement project, increasing the change order by the change order is $15,266.23, and then we're ratifying the action of the director in approving change order 2, increase of $25,857.36. Item F is approved change order 2 to the contract with ResTech for the Garage A waterproofing repairs project, increase of $16,493.65 in 36 calendar days. Item G is approving change order 3 to the contract with Diversified for our garage wayfinding project, increase of $30,429.85. Item H is adopt the resolution extending the time to award a contract for the Mike Monroney Hangar 9 chilled water piping replacement project to awarding within 45 days. Receive the recommendation on the bids open on December 12th and awarding the contract to Hunter Mechanical and Controls Incorporated for $296,650, approving contract and bonds. Item I is approving the plans and project manual by Robinson and Associates. We're going to be re-roofing the west side of the building at 5300 South Portland, advertising bids to be open February 27th. J is approving the plans and project manual submitted by Frank Pershaw Bruza for the Thomas P. Stafford building boiler replacement project at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center, authorizing the advertisement for bids to be opened on February 27th. Item K is a joint resolution. It's grant season again for us in the FAA, so this is a joint resolution between the Airport Trust and the City of Oklahoma City. We'll be submitting 3 grants for Will Rogers World Airport to rehabilitate Terminal Drive, purchase some snow brooms for ice and snow removal, and also to construct the terminal apron. Item L is adopting the resolution establishing an airport trust policy for towing vehicles that are left longer than 60 days in our public pay parking facilities, and that will be effective April the 1st. Those are all the items under Will Rogers, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Director. You've heard the items under Will Rogers. What's the desire of the trustees? We have a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is so approved. Wiley Post Airport.
The only item for Wiley Post is approved change order number 6 to our contract with ACO and Construction, LLC. They're constructing a new field maintenance facility at Wiley Post, and it's a decrease of $384.24.
The one item for Wiley Post.
Move approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes. And it is so approved. General.
Item A is to ask that you receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, construction project status report, and the budget to actual report as of December 31st, 2018. Item B is to approve Amendment 1 to the facility maintenance engineering contract we have with ADG. This is their first renewal to be effective March 1st. Item C is approve Amendment number 1 to the annual maintenance contract we have for the annual electrical and street lighting maintenance repairs contract with Libra Electric Company, also renewing their first renewal 365 days or not to exceed $300,000. Item D is approving the project manual by Frankfurt Short Bruza Associates for the utility repairs and maintenance contract, advertising bids to be open February 27th. E is to approve the request for proposals. This is for our aviation management consultant on-call contract for the bids or the RFP to be opened on March 20th. And item F is a joint resolution between the Airport Trust and the City of Oklahoma City to do 2 grant applications for general aviation airports this year. One will be the pavement rehabilitation, lights and signs for some taxiways at Wiley Post, and the second is a pavement assessment at Clarency Page Airport. Those are the items under general.
You've heard the items under general.
Move approval.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes. And it is so done. Lease and other agreements.
Item A is approve supplement number 3 to the hangar office lease agreement and supplement 2 to the fuel storage facilities agreements with Pronto LLC at Wiley Post Airport. We're just removing an aircraft from the exhibits they use for their self-fueling agreement. Item B is approving supplement number 2 to the ground equipment facilities operations agreement with Atlantic Aviation at Will Rogers World Airport, and we're providing consent to the change of ownership to Atlantic Aviation FBO Incorporated. We're also doing the same thing with item C for their lease agreement, also changing the ownership control to Atlantic Aviation FBO Incorporated. Item D is approving the assignment and assumption agreement for the lease between Harvey Power for a hangar site at Clarency Page Airport. He's assigning that to Kristen Grubbs. Item E is 4 new lease agreements for hangar sites at Clarency Page Airport, and you see them listed on the agenda. And those are all the items under leases and other agreements, sir.
Having heard the items under leases and other agreements,
Move approval.
we have a motion to approve. And a second. Any comments or questions? Please cast your votes. And they are approved. Roman numeral 8.
We are requesting approval of the requisitions, please.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions on the requisitions? Seeing none, please cast your votes. And it is so approved.
And Mr. Chairman, we
Next
do
up.
need an executive session, please.
Would you comment on that and make a motion?
Well, we request that a motion be made and seconded so we can enter into executive session with the council.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, we will adjourn. We shall return. No, not adjourn. We shall recess to move to the executive session, and we shall return. We have returned from executive session, and we're now ready to see if there are any comments from trustees. Seeing none. Any comments from staff? Again, seeing none. Any citizens wishing to be heard? Again, seeing none. We are adjourned.